So here are 7 major types of world building in fantasy and how some famous stories use them. So first is mythological world building. This is the oldest style of fantasy world building. The world feels ancient because it has creation myths, legendary heroes, and thousands of years of history. A perfect example is The Lord of the Rings, where Middle Earth has its own languages, gods, and epic past recorded in the Silmarillion. Second, political world building. Here the focus is on power, dynasties, and competing factions. A classic example is A Song of Ice and Fire by George R. R. Martin, where noble houses compete for the Iron Throne and alliances constantly shift. Third, ecological world building. In this type, the environment shapes everything. Climate, geography, and natural resources determine how civilizations develop. Dune is the clearest example. The planet Arrakis shapes the culture of the Fremen, the power of the Empire, and the importance of the spice trade. Fourth, geographic world building. Some fantasy worlds are defined by exploration and scale. One Piece does this. Each island has its own culture, climate, and politics, creating hundreds of unique settings across an enormous ocean world. Fifth, systemic world building. This type focuses on structured magic systems or supernatural rules. Brandon Sanderson's Cosmere novels and The Lord of the Mysteries both use highly organized magical hierarchies. Sixth, urban world building. Some fantasy stories focus on cities rather than entire continents. The streets, markets, and institutions of the city create a sense of realism. Cities like Angkor in this world or New Crobuzon in China Mobille's Perdido Street Station feel alive because they function like real metropolises. And seventh, cultural world building. This type emphasizes customs, religions, languages, and everyday life. Robert Jordan's The Wheel of Time is famous for this, with dozens of cultures, traditions, and social systems shaping the story. So most great fantasy worlds combine several of these approaches. Follow me for more fantasy book recommendations.